We wrap up our look as we preview spring practice with 3 areas where Tennessee needs to improve this spring as we head into what is a big, massive 2024 season.
Yeah, spring practice is about individuals and a lot of personnel. We know that. But there's some things that this team has to be better at in 24 than they were in 23. I think it starts first and foremost with penalties. They've got to cut down on the number of penalties that they had. They've been one of the most heavily penalized teams since Josh Heupel's got here. They can't give up that defensive holding penalty for a first down, right? They can't go from 2nd and 2 to 2nd and 12 because of a holding penalty. They got to clean up some of that. So that's where I start with this team is they've got to be better from a discipline standpoint with the penalties because they've just had, close to 100 every year since they've been here, which is too many.
Yeah, it's kind of been his MO everywhere he's been, just with the tempo and stuff. They never inevitably end up with a holding penalty here or there or a false start in a coastal road environment. Option 2 for you.
Option 2 for me is staying on the offense is going to be red zone offense, and that's touchdowns, not field goals. Okay, you got a new quarterback. I think Nico's legs could be a different factor for Tennessee there. But, it was hard for this team inside the 20-yard line to find the end zone, right? You go back to the season opener, they needed 4th down, on a great play by Dylan Sampson to get their first touchdown of the year. They've got to be more productive inside the 10, 15-yard line, scoring touchdowns, not settling for field goals. When you look at the numbers, that's one of the biggest drop-offs from the 22 season with Hendon Hooker and all he did with his legs in the 23 season.
Less big play touchdowns, too.
Yeah, no question. But when you get inside that 20-yard line, you got to finish with more touchdowns than what they finished with a year ago.
And number 3?
The last thing for me is third down defense, and you got to get off the field on third down, right? You go back to that Florida game, you're going to stick in your craw for a long time. Third and long, had a chance to get off the field, have some momentum in that game, and you couldn't do it. Too many times last year, Tennessee put themselves in a position to get off the field. They were a better third and short defense than they were third and long defense. They've got to find that balance of we're going to rush 4, we're not going to rush 4, right? What does that look like? Now, I think this defense took on a very different characteristic when Kamal hadn't got hurt last year because I think they had to play some coverages different. Teams blocked James Pierce a little better. He didn't get home as much. They've got to find that balance of pressure, non-pressure to get off the field on third and long.
Well, we better get out of here before he starts swaying and pulls out his lighter and got the music rolling here in the Anderson Training Center. Spring practice starts this week. It's football time, basketball time, and baseball time in Tennessee. Enjoy it, everybody.